Right, here we go.
Right. Like, maybe we could be like, welcome to... Well, this is... whatever we're calling it.
Nah, we're just reading some bad fanfic.
Yeah, okay.
Or you could sing Welcome to the Club, that famous Nightcore song.
Welcome to the club. Come give me a hug.
Not the one I meant, but close enough.
Oh.
So, I'm on fanfiction.net. And, well, I'm sure no one watching knows, but me and you, we are accomplished fanfiction authors.
We are indeed.
If you go to your browser right now and search for Ergot Fanfic... Oh shit, we're second now! Archive of our own has beat us with the Ergot tag page.
How dare they?
We're second at least still. And other people who have written Ergot fanfiction are like below us as well. That's good.
We need to continue our legacy. It's been quite a long time.
The plan wasn't to read Ergot's Misery, but... Well, I mean, you can go read it. But look, that's my name right there. And there's Hezza Bells right there. See? We got credentials. Do you remember how we ended up doing this?
We wrote it line by line.
We did, but do you remember what happened, leading up to
that? No.
I discovered the crossover thing on fanfiction.net, and we were trying to find something ridiculous, and then we decided to make our own one.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay. Books. Harry Potter has the most crossovers, obviously. Do you want to guess what's second and third?
Naruto and Final Fantasy.
You're wrong on both of them. Twilight.
Oh. Of course it fucking is.
But Percy Jackson at a surprising third.
Huh.
Do you know what has at least one crossover because of us?
Metallica. Yep. And Estonian mythology.
Yep. Although it's Estonian mythology because we couldn't attack it with Metallica. Alright, okay, I'm looking at all of the things that have exactly one crossover with Harry Potter. Let me find the beginning of this list. It's a long list. Okay, tell me when something really shouts to you, okay? Dawson's Creek?
Nah.
That 70s show?
With Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Fucking yes.
Right, I'm sending you the link on Discord. Just realised my Discord's gonna get filmed. Oh well.
You can put like a picture in front of it.
Oh, it automatically enables streamer mode anyway, so you can't see my name. So.
That's 70s Hogwarts.
Yep. None of the servers that pop up on my list are like particularly.
3 chapters.
Yeah. God, let's hear. I want to hear some reading.
All right. 1 second.
Get the onion rings out your mouth.
I need to get in the zone. Do I read the author's note as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my god, the co-author's name's amazing. Hey, y'all, I don't own that 70s show. No matter how much my life is like it, if you subtract the drugs and sex. For Harry Potter, I have said I don't own it. Read my other Harry Potter crossover for my disclaimer on that. Thanks to my co-author, Bring Me to Life 340.
When I was at the post office, I accepted some mail that was sent to Amy Lee. I don't think it was the same one, but
probably not. Hogwarts. September 1st, 1976. Hello, Hogwarts, Eric Foreman said as he stepped off the train. This was his 6th year, and he was ready to make this the best year yet. He watched as the little first years walked away. He remembered his first time. He was frightened stiff. He would end up in Slytherin. His father probably would have disowned him. Yeah, Hogwarts. Best place anywhere. As long as the Ministry doesn't ruin it for us too. Hyde, Eric's best friend, said, putting his hand on Eric's shoulder. It's a conspiracy to ruin our minds. Everything's a conspiracy to you, Eric said, looking around one last time. Even something as amazing as school. Hyde rolled his eyes. He grabbed his school bag covered in Muggle Band stickers and began walking towards the horseless carriages. There's a spelling mistake there.
There is. I've also realised something.
What?
I've never watched the 70s show.
Neither have I.
I don't know who any of these characters are.
I don't either. Hyde would know the most about Muggle bands. He was a Muggle born.
Oh,
Ooh.
fucking mudblood.
Eric nearly fell forward as his friend Kelso, his bratty girlfriend, Jackie, came off the train. Eric still didn't know why they were dating. Then fucking dump her, you fucking nerd. Jesus!
No, Kelso is dating Jackie, and Eric is like, why are you dating that dumb bitch?
Oh. Well, dump her anyway.
Just into a canal.
Exactly. Oh, here we go. So you eyeing that Lily was just making sure no one was prettier than me? Jackie asked, looking bratty, like always. Kelso looked at her with a dumbstruck look that always plagued his face. Yeah, because Lily is only a close second to you. Good! Jackie smiled and spun around. I'm going to see if Donna is done at the perfect car. She skipped off back into the train.
Nearly. Prefect car.
I got hiccups.
Oh, okay, fair. That kind of whole jealous girlfriend thing is one of my biggest pet peeves in the world.
I know, right?
I mean, I dated someone like that, and that was enough for me.
I didn't, and I'm glad.
It's like the whole stereotypical Latina girlfriend in America that's angry 50% of the time and utterly adoring you 50% of the time, right?
Basically, it's tsundere, or however you pronounce it.
But that must be so fucking tiring.
Wait, it's yandere, I think.
Oh, we need to have a yandere Latina girl now.
Yeah, we do.
Someone write that fanfic. Someone make that anime.
On it. Donna, the image of the redhead was a nice thought. Oh.
I do like redheads.
Eric had tried to follow Donna earlier to watch her change into her uniform. Okay, my dude. That's just not on. Seeing as they rode to the school on a train, and the train didn't help make already loud footsteps any quieter, she had punched him in the face as he sheepishly explained what he followed her for.
Well, at least she didn't put up with any of that shit.
I'm proud of her, but my dude, just no. Dude, that was Hyde's way of addressing Eric. Are you coming or not? We're not going to wait for you any longer. With a huff, Eric grabbed his carry-on bag and swung into the horseless carriage. I'm here, aren't I? Oh my god, get ready for this bit. Suddenly, the cry of a Spanish accent was heard in the distance. Eric poked his head out of the carriage to see a little tiny dark-haired person running towards the now moving carriage. I can't do Spanish accents.
It's fine. It's It's not Fez talking yet. I don't know.
Yeah,
Also, Spanish people famously tiny.
apparently. And named after a Middle Eastern hat.
Yep.
That would be Fez. That would be Fez, Hyde groaned. Every single year he gets caught up trying to ask some helpless girl for her phone number and misses the carriages. The poor bastard has to walk in the rain every year.
But phones don't work at Hogwarts.
That's what I was thinking too.
Also, it's set in like 1993.
76.
Also, yeah, this story is set in 76. Yeah, let alone actual Hogwarts.
Hang on a minute, my immersion is ruined. Because it's 1976.
Yeah.
And they have phones.
Yeah, exactly. I guess it must be home phone number, but then like you're not going to be using that until Christmas when you go home, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Man.
Well, how can we get him in here then? Eric stuck his hand out to the side and cried Fez's name. Grab my hand and we'll pull you up. Fez's short legs could only carry him so far. He huffed and puffed his way up the muddy path, dirt flinging onto his clothes in chunks. Oh God. I'm trying!
It's perfect.
He grabbed onto Eric's clammy hand and pulled himself into the carriage. Phew, I didn't know you had that in you, Eric.
Just channel El Nombre. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, okay. So it was like a UK like early 90s kids show, right? And it was a segment in that where a character who's a rat, I think, who's based on Zorro, teaches someone like numbers, right?
Mm.
And it's called El Nombre.
I don't remember it.
What's Spanish for number?
Nombre.
No. That's Spanish for number is numero.
Oh, of course it is. Nombre is name.
Yeah. See, the character is called the name instead of the number. And somehow,
Good job,
and
guys.
somehow BBC funded this and missed this entirely.
They tried.
Just like this like Zorro character like swings into view, goes El Nombre. The entire village goes like ah and screams and runs away, and then he's like dragging his butt across the floor, painting numbers on the ground for a little rat called Juan. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, I think I'd remember that.
Oh, screw it. Screw it. I've got a YouTube tab open. Let's just play one. Oh, you're not going to get to see, but at least the viewers will.
I'll watch it when I watch the video back.
I mean, I could scream. Oh, yeah, I've already watched this before as well because I was showing Abby, and she was so upset about it. Because she speaks Spanish, obviously. Well, not obviously, but she does. Let's turn this up.
The number.
And now our thrilling Western serial, El Nombre, episode 4.
Oh, little Juan.
Oh, I'm going to skip ahead a
Why do
moment.
you cry?
Oh dear, what am I going to do, Mama? I have told everyone I can draw the number 4, but I cannot.
Oh shit, little Juan has told everyone that he can draw the number 4, but he
Who
can't.
can show me how to draw
Naughty
a 4?
Juan.
I can! Little Juan, I El Nombre, will show you how to draw a 4 on the floor.
Oh, the mariachi music, I forgot.
Yup. Ole!
Right, okay. You get the idea. Sorry, back to...
Hyde smirked. You've always had girl arms. I can't remember whose voice is whose anymore.
This is your Spanish one.
Oh no, that was Hyde who said
Yeah,
that.
Hyde said that, but now the next line is in Spanish.
Do not get on Eric too badly. Fez said, almost making Eric feel a little better. In my country, people get their arms taken off if they're too girly.
Spain, famous for that.
Yeah. That didn't make me feel any better, Eric said, brushing the dirt off his uniform that Fez had tracked into the carriage.
I just had a thought. This is probably set in California, right? Because this is America.
I don't know, because they're mentioning characters like McGonagall and James Potter.
Yeah, but I have no idea about this 70s show. It could well be like
Probably California.
It could well be Ohio for all I know, and I'm not going to look it up. But could we get some Valley Boy accents, do you think?
I don't know how to do them without hearing them beforehand.
Oh, do you know who the Da Vinci brothers are?
No.
Just sound like really, really airheaded American. That's how I imagine that they're all talking.
I can only do that of female voices.
Fair enough.
Oh gosh, where was I?
A stray voice next to Fez.
Ah. You know, I don't think it was meant to. A stray voice said from next to Fez. The guy had round glasses and a smile. Oh my god. Let me redo that. You know, I really don't think it was meant to. A stray voice from next to Fez said. The guy had round glasses and a smile known throughout the school. James Potter.
Potter!
How the heck did they get stuck in a carriage with him and Sirius Black, his best friend? They were known to play the best pranks anywhere. Even Hyde couldn't claim to have stirred as much trouble as they had. It wasn't. Finally, someone not from my country understands me. Fez said, laughing. Fucking terrible Spanish accent. I'm normally decent at accents, but I haven't listened to one before.
Oh, you need to. I'm gonna say it. I have no fucking idea who any of these characters are, and this story is shit.
I don't either. Apart from the Harry Potter ones.
Yeah, your turn.
Started rolling in laughter.
Nah, you find me one. I'm bored of this story.
Alright. Give me a second.
This whole time.
How did you sort it? Crossovers, right?
I could link you. There's all the Harry Potter crossovers. Mist/Riven. That's a hell of a crossover.
There's Yu-Gi-Oh ones. It's quite a lot of them, actually. 484. For those who don't know, I fucking love Yu-Gi-Oh.
But do you love
There's a Danganronpa crossover, 4 of them.
Oh, yes, I want it.
Hang on, I gotta find it again. Alright.
So I'm now on attempt 3 of trying to get Abby to either play or watch Danganronpa. I just want someone to share it with me.
Right, there's 2 of them with 1 chapter. One is shorter than the other.
Which other's got the funnier title?
One is We'll Bleed. The other is Harry's Ultimate Bad Luck.
Oh, Harry's Ultimate Bad Luck, obviously.
You can read this one, since I have a cold.
Are you looking forward to my impressions of the Danganronpa characters?
Oh my god, yes.
Harry's Ultimate Bad Luck by Kinda Just Here. Harry comes to Hogwarts one summer expecting fun times with his friends, or at least training to fight Voldemort. Instead, he gets something much more sinister. So is this just like the premise of Danganronpa in Harry Potter, or are there Danganronpa characters?
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
Oh, I'm going to be disappointed if there isn't any. From an anon ask on Tumblr, prompt was luck. This was honestly the first thing I thought of. Enjoy. Do people still use Tumblr?
Yeah,
Oh, but
I don't personally, but a lot of people do.
where'd you get your really weird porn nowadays without? Because Tumblr got rid of it all.
I don't know, internet.
Oh, it was just so efficient. It was all there.
Sucks to be you, I guess.
I mean, no. I mean, I'm talking on behalf of other degenerates. I would never do anything like that.
Uh-huh.
Harry had always thought that he was a pretty lucky person. He did lose his parents at a young age and was sent to live with his aunt's family, but he had his own space. He sure,
Under the
he
stairs.
sure did. And doing chores and cooking wasn't all that bad. He felt even luckier when he was 11 and got his letter from Hogwarts. He was finally able to have his own friends, his own life. It was the happiest he'd been, even if something bad happened on Halloween at the end of the year every year. Oh, and at the end of the year every year. He still had his friends and newfound family there to back him up. So that's why he was so confused when he received a letter from Professor Dumbledore at the beginning of the summer before 6th year. It's 6th year again.
There's something about the number 6.
Telling him that there would be a portkey coming to take him to Hogwarts in exactly 3 days, and that he should pack anything he'd need for the rest of the summer. It was odd. Nothing like this had ever happened before, because he'd always either gone to the Weasleys or more recently to Grimmauld Place. Why Hogwarts? Why now? Harry thought it might have been something to do with the fact that Voldemort was out in the open now, and everyone and their grandmother knew that he'd been resurrected. Were they still denying it at this point, or was that the 5th book?
I think that was the 5th book. Because he turns up at the Triwizards tournament, and then everyone's like, oh shit, we can't pretend he's not here now.
Oh yeah, because Cedric died in the end of the 4th, and then the 5th he was being told that Harry had imagined it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Hogwarts was probably the safest place now, especially with Dumbledore there, and Voldemort knew it, so maybe Dumbledore was trying to keep them safe. Still, it was suspicious. With that in mind, Harry promptly decided to send Hedwig with a letter for his friends, asking them if they'd got a letter from Dumbledore too. He hoped it was real and can go to Hogwarts early. As much as he felt his life wasn't that bad with the Dursleys, he liked being with his friends much more. He felt like he was actually wanted then, like he had a real family. Yeah.
Has he just, got Stockholm syndrome or
so.
something?
And this universe, he still lives under the stairs.
And it's okay. It's his own space, and it's not so bad. He considers himself lucky.
I suppose there's no bars on the windows if you don't have any windows, right?
Exactly.
When their responses came back the next day, Harry was only a little surprised that the letter was real and he was actually going to Hogwarts. He quickly pegged his things in anticipation. He couldn't wait to see his friends. Not after what had happened at the end of the last school year. Things had to get better eventually, right? Everything was pretty bad for everyone right now, but soon that would change, he hoped. Christ, how much build-up do they want? They've already told us what's going to happen in the title.
It's true.
At last, the long-awaited day came. Harry hadn't been able to sleep all night, so when the morning came, he promptly fell out of bed, hitting his head on the floor. He's as clumsy as us.
Yeah.
He groaned and clutched, just wake up, eyes open wide, just holy shit, I'm excited, and immediately just dive sideways out of your bed.
It's definitely channeling us.
Oh, at least I do it accidentally. It makes it sound like he. It's like. Okay.
I mean, I spasm and fall half out of bed sometimes.
That's how I broke my arm falling out of bed.
Oh, you sweet poor summer child.
Admittedly, it was the top of a bunk bed, and I fell out of it because me and my brother were playing catch, and I dove to try and catch something.
Oh, good job.
I was 7 as well.
You're so prone to breaking bones.
That was my first break. That was the first in a long list of broken bones. Most recently, I broke a rib from coughing too hard.
I've also fractured a rib from having one really heavy boob.
That's the other.
I'm not even joking. I think I'm pretty sure I took a picture of me at the hospital and sent it to you.
I'm gonna cough 1 second.
I'm just reading ahead to see if there's any Danganronpa characters.
He heard a tap on the window and looked up to see a large barn owl with a package on its leg, looking irritated with him already. Probably because he hadn't even moved to let it in. Oops, he muttered under his breath, jumping up from the floor to wrench his window open. Sorry, just hang on a sec. Harry could hear the owl hooting from behind the glass. When he finally managed to open the window with all his fumbling, it swooped in silently and glared at him, seemingly saying, "Get this thing off me, human, before I decide to peck you to death." No, okay, can you read that line, but in Gundam's voice?
I only played in the Japanese version.
Is it like stupid, sexy, deep voice?
Yeah.
Yeah, close enough.
Alright, give me a second. Get this thing off of me, human, before I decide to peck you to death. Ha ha ha!
It's like
I even added his laugh.
It's the worst impression I've heard in my life.
I'm not built for deep voices.
Okay, that's fine. Let me do an even worse impression. Get this thing off of me.
That's even worse. And you have a deeper voice.
Get this thing off of me. I can't do it. Oh my god.
At least I added his laugh.
At least from the English VA, you can buy a message from him on Cameo.
Have to listen to his voice now. I played it in Japanese. Gundam English.
I need to smoke for 10 more years before I can do his voice.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember who voiced him.
Yeah, I don't know his name. That's what Wikipedia is for. Sorry. He never realised how scary an owl's gaze could be. Maybe that's why they regarded as... Are barn owls an evil omen in any mythology?
No, screech owls.
Harry shook himself. He shouldn't be thinking about evil omens. He should be getting ready to leave and go to Hogwarts. He untied the package and gave the owl some treats, just in case it decided to peck him anyway, and calmly sent it on his way. Harry took a deep breath and opened the letter. "Harry," it said in Dumbledore's loopy handwriting. This is a matter of the utmost importance. Since Dumbledore's abrupt reveal at the end of the school year...
Voldemort.
What did I say?
You said Dumbledore.
Since my abrupt reveal at the end of the school year, I am now on a list. It is no longer safe for you to stay too long at your home. I have made arrangements for you and the other students to stay at Hogwarts for the rest of the summer, because that is the safest place for you now. Harry paused reading the letter and nodded. That made sense.
I can hear Dumbledore's wheezing from here, he thought.
The portkey will take you to the gates of Hogwarts at exactly 7 in the morning. Please try to be ready by then. There will not be anyone to meet you by the gate, so be vigilant, Harry. Best of luck.
That gate will fucking get you.
7 couldn't come quickly enough, in Harry's opinion. It'd been almost an hour since he'd woken up, and he'd gathered his things and eaten a light breakfast in the meantime. Now it was 6:57, and Harry was practically bouncing around his room. He wanted to get out immediately.
I didn't think he could stand up properly under the stairs.
I guess he does
Unless
have a
he was, like,
bedroom.
bouncing and vibing in his chair.
Oh, I guess he does have a bedroom. Our fan fiction, we were wrong, you know.
The author is always right.
6:58. His mind was buzzing with questions. How were Ron and Hermione? Who else was going to be there? Was there going to be students from all the houses, or just Gryffindors? He couldn't wait to see his friends again. 6:59. He picked up the portkey in his trunk and waited, trying to calm himself down. 7. And Harry was whisked away soundlessly. I was trying to say silently and then realised I was just inventing the line.
You were.
The sun was up when he landed outside the gates of Hogwarts. It was a perfectly clear morning. Harry felt like he should be up playing Quidditch with the Weasleys. Oh man, 7 a.m. Quidditch on a school day.
Off.
Oh, love it. He dropped the portkey next to him and took a step forwards through the gates. The moment his... Do you remember Alice? Sorry, completely going off topic again.
Yes, I do.
From Magic. She played Quidditch.
Yeah.
I never actually saw it played in person. Much more of an Oxford than an Oxford Brooks thing.
I saw a video of it. It looked quite cool.
It does. Like,
Don't think I could play it though, because, you know, being disabled.
yeah. Well, me being clumsy as shit as well. Someone's getting beaten to death with a bat if I'm holding one.
Yeah.
Not necessarily on purpose.
Maybe I'll have to learn how to use a wheelchair and join in, like, the Paralympic version.
God, oh, wheelchair basketball. Have you ever? Oh no, wheelchair rugby. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
Like
It's great.
literally more violent than actual rugby.
Who was it? Was it Kanye who was a dick to people playing a wheelchair basketball? Like he won the match or something. It was like a charity thing.
Was he? I don't know. I don't follow. He's called Ye now. I know that much about him, but
I know someone won a game of wheelchair basketball. But I can't remember who it was. It's a bit like, you know, when Boris got to...
I was about to say, yeah. Yeah. Just that picture of Boris just face palming, like putting his palm right in some kid's face as he's running past.
You need to flash that up on the screen.
Oh, okay. Back to Google. Boris Johnson. Rugby. Oh, apparently there's a GIF of it as well.
Even better.
Rugby tackle GIF. Yep. Oh, the kid looks happy at least afterwards.
That's the moment he realised he could sue.
So, you know what town I grew up in. Did you know that Boris Johnson lived just outside it?
Yep.
He wasn't your MP, was he? He was mine.
He was.
Was he? Were you in Henley?
Yep.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, Wheatley is just inside it.
Oh, fair enough.
I was born in Wheatley.
So, yeah, we might have bullied his son mercilessly at rugby.
Ooh.
Especially when the news came out about Boris's affairs.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I feel bad for that kid now.
Me too.
Also had armed police turn up at my house because of Boris Johnson.
Why?
I was some kids accosted me on my way home from work, so I called the police. And yeah, like 2 minutes later, armed police officers showed up because it turns out that, you know, when the Prime Minister's ex-wife lives in your town, they keep some around.
I see.
So I wish I was there when they arrested these kids because they must have been shitting themselves.
Hell yeah. Anyway, back
Sorry.
to our Hogwarts adventure.
Yeah. Well, something was wrong. The world began to spin and distort before his very eyes, and he felt like he was falling forwards. He couldn't think straight. What is this? This is... No. His eyes widened for a fraction of a second, and then he passed out. Do you think he's waking up 2 years later?
I don't know, but I could do with the 2-year-long nap.
Also, yeah, shit, maybe don't listen to that part if you haven't played Danganronpa, but you were expecting to.
Fucking love Danganronpa.
Yeah, just play Danganronpa. Or just watch the anime if you don't have time. Like, the entire first game is also an anime that's good.
It has some banging soundtracks as well.
Yeah. Also, it's got Kyoko, and she's the hottest anime character ever, so...
I'm more of a Gundam stan myself.
Yeah, but you're straight, so...
Yeah.
God, fucking straight. Ruining everything.
Ruin everything.
When Harry came to, he was in a classroom. It took him a minute to realise that it was Professor McGonagall's classroom. For a moment, he couldn't figure out why it took him so long to recognise the room. But then he saw in place, instead of the heavy drapery covering the windows, there were steel plates that looked to be bolted to the walls. There was also a new statue in the corner. As he gazed at it, it turned its head to face him and blinked. Harry jumped out of his seat in shock. Strange things happened in the magical world, so he wasn't even sure why a moving statue surprised him anymore. But the question was what it was doing. It hadn't made any move towards him, so maybe it was just observing. He shuddered. Statues that worked like Muggle security cameras, now that was weird. Harry was about to walk out of the classroom to try and find Professor Dumbledore to get some sort of explanation, hopefully truthful. That's such a weird bracket to include. About what had happened when he heard something crinkle under his shoe. He frowned and reached down, finding a paper that looked like it had been written by someone who was unaccustomed to using a quill.
You degenerate.
Harry smoothed it out a little and read. Harry smoothed out a little. To you, lucky student, welcome to Hogwarts Summer School. Term begins on the 17th of June and only a special handful are picked to attend. Orientation begins at 8 sharp in the Great Hall. Be there or be... punished! That was my Monokuma impression.
I'm very disappointed.
The letter ended with a little smiley face that, with all the ink splattered on the page, looked like it was crying. Harry frowned. What exactly did punishment mean? He sincerely hoped the letter was joking about it, and it wouldn't be something like what Fitch would do. Filch, whatever. That was Harry patted his pockets and sleeves, searching for his wand. He released a sigh of relief once he felt it in his left sleeve, grateful that it hadn't been taken. Then the thought struck him. Where was his trunk? He looked around and didn't see it, so it might have been taken by the house elves already. Actually, maybe they can answer some questions. Harry glanced around quickly and then called Dobby, expecting the house elf to appear like he usually did, but no one came. Frowning again, he cast a quick tempest to check the time and was surprised that it was 7:58. Oh no, I'm going to be late, he almost yelped, running towards the door and yanking it open. He sprinted, hoping desperately that the punishment mentioned in the letter wasn't real and that he would make it to the Great Hall in time. As he ran, though, he slowed to a walk, choosing to investigate what had happened to Hogwarts instead of trying to get to the Great Hall quickly. Harry was confused. He distinctly remembered that this particular hallway used to have a lot of windows in it and therefore was filled with light. But now each of the windows had been covered up with those steel plates, and no light was getting in. The corridor was illuminated by torches burning at an interval of about 5 feet, making it look even more eerie and shadowy than usual. That's a really short interval for torches.
Yeah.
That's just... I'd really... Yeah. Just like, it would be really hot in there as well.
Yeah, and uncomfortable to look at if you're like me and prefer the dark.
Yeah. I wonder where they get all the fuel from for torches.
It's magic.
Probably. I'm going off the deep end on a really tiny detail here.
Yeah, you are.
It seemed like it took him forever to get there, but Harry finally made it to the Great Hall. He didn't even care about the punishment anymore, he just wanted to know what was going on, where everyone was, and why he was really there. He opened the doors and walked in, making everyone already inside stop and look at him. Oh, there's not going to be any Danganronpa characters, are there?
No, I checked through.
Oh, I'm so disappointed.
Me too.
The first person Harry saw was Neville Longbottom, standing nervously near Ron and Hermione. They were talking quietly to each other, shaking their heads and waving their hands around. Harry immediately headed towards them. However, he was stopped in his tracks by someone he knew and loved to hate, or at least strongly dislike, Draco Malfoy. "Oh, it's you, Potter," he said, sneering. "You're late, didn't you know? Or can't you even tell time?" Harry merely brushed past him with a "Shut up, Malfoy. Shut up!" and kept running towards Ron and Hermione. They waited, faces unreadable. Yes, Ron, famously a stoic mystery.
He is. He's an enigma.
Wrapped in a mystery.
It's a mystery.
He is, in fact, Alpharius.
We better get Scooby in the gang here to unwrap this mystery.
Hey, so I've met. What's her name? Emma Watson. I've met her
I have as well.
twice, actually. One.
I played hockey against her.
No, you didn't. I did.
I did as well.
What?
Yeah.
But what? Really?
Yeah.
Because I actually did. This was like under 10s when I was playing for Oxfordshire. Like before they
this
split
was
up
like
boys
year
and girls.
7 for me as well. And we played against Oxford Girls' School.
Ah. Shit, I've just had a pop-up telling me that YouTube dislike has been updated.
Oh. I can't wait for people to dislike our video.
Yeah, this was when she was still at school in Henley for me. This was
Wow.
like year 5 for me.
Yeah, it was year 7 for me.
Yeah, I remember
The
her.
more you know, we both played hockey against Emma Watson.
Yeah. Field hockey for any Americans watching.
Yeah,
Man.
brutal. My ankles still haven't recovered.
Have you ever played ice hockey?
Nope. I've got the worst balance imaginable, so
Yeah,
I'm terrified of ice skating.
I've tried to ice skate, and that's the closest I've got.
Yeah.
That's another story from like that kind of age where I was like 9 or 10. I was ice skating like for the first time ever, and like this like really really pretty like Eastern European woman in her 20s was holding my hand and teaching me how to do it, and that was a core memory right there.
That was your first boner.
Probably not, to be fair. I was a precocious child, but
I didn't even know what that shit was until science class, like year 7 or 8.
oh, did you not have the like year 6, like the old woman coming in with the dildos and condoms?
No, I think I was ill that day.
Oh, I wish I was. Again, another core memory from year 6. That woman telling us that spermicide on condoms tasted like tea.
Oh.
It was like,
I love how this Danganronpa crossover with Harry Potter has devolved into spermicide tasting like tea.
well, like what the fuck was she talking about? Because it doesn't.
I haven't tasted it, or I can't remember.
Mr.
I'll leave that to you to figure out.
I can't remember the taste of spermicide, Sam.
I'm very disappointed in this fanfiction. I want somebody to die already.
Oh, hey Harry, I'm just gonna skip ahead of it. Okay, is Dumbledore making them kill people, or is it? Or
I'm just skimming. No, but Nagini is Monokuma.
oh, what really?
Yeah.
So what? Harry's the only person who understands what the quizmaster is saying. Then.
Yeah, there's no death. This is really disappointing. On to the next.
Is there more chapters?
No.
Oh, that was disappointing.
We're not picking them very well, are we?
No. Okay, well, I've got a great one. I don't know if you've read it before, but I've told you what the title is before, at least.
Is it 50 H's?
It's not, although... Oh, I can't remember if it was on this one or not. Let me find it.
There's a Madagascar in Harry Potter. There's Little Britain and Harry Potter crossover.
Okay, now I've got it for you. Don't read the link before you click on it.
Okay. I am bamboozled by Little Britain and Harry Potter crossover.
I just want to say this is the 56th chapter. Someone has wrote at least 56 of these kind of things.
Oh, this one. That's a lot of reading.
We're not reading all 56 chapters, don't worry.
I mean, just even the first chapter. Harry Potter's... Oh, wait, hang on. The Breeding Ground. Various one-shots, Harry's various naughty adventures or misadventures depending on your angle with women, not for children. 1 to 350 is the main story. 351 to 500 are bonus chapters previously posted on my blog. 501 and beyond are new chapters posting started April 2022.
There's 502 chapters. This person has written 502 one-shot sexual adventures.
The Nargles Ate My Knickers. Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter. Harry Potter sat down at the breakfast table for a nice relaxing morning. His wife, Ginny, was away on tour with the Holyhead Harpies and would not be returning for another week. His daughter was visiting a friend of hers and would not be returning to the weekend. Like, the musician? This particular arrangement left Harry alone in the house. Well, for the most part.
So, James...
Oh, here we go.
James and... What was the other one? Albus, such as dead, I guess.
Yeah. The Potter family had a guest for the next couple of weeks. Said guest sauntered down the stairs dressed in a transparent nightdress which showed her creamy, ample breasts and rather elegant-looking body. They came up just an inch above her thighs.
How fucking saggy are her breasts?
Oh my god. Just enough for Harry to realise something very important. She isn't wearing any underwear or a bra for that matter.
Swing low, sweet
Good morning,
chariots.
Harry.
Sorry.
Luna said. Something smells good. Mind if I... Help yourself, Harry said. Luna had crashed with the Potters after the Tasmanian devil demolished her house. Anyone else in the world, Harry would have been hard-pressed to believe it. Apparently, Luna came across the guy on one of her many trips out in the wild and tried to take him home as a pet. Ginny and Harry tried to get Luna to part, but it wasn't until Taz wrecked her house. Luna decided it was best to let the guy go back into the wild. This is why you shouldn't take wild animals home, kids, unless they're an invasive species.
And it's fine, we've got an actual Irish person doing Luna's voice, so there's
A terrible Irish accent, but still.
It's better than mine!
Yeah. Harry shook his head just to think. If his life was a movie, it would be panned for being too unrealistic.
His life is...
And that wasn't even compared to what Luna got up to in her free time.
His life is 8 movies.
It is. I think there's a new one being made as well. This looks good, Luna said with a smile. She walked over and started to dig into the pile of bacon on the table. She leaned over to face Harry, giving him a nice little hint of her ample cleavage. Sorry if I'm, well, sorry. I'll be here for a while. My house is being completely redone, magical and all. I think we learned a valuable lesson. And that is the Tasmanian devil doesn't make a very good pet. Well, I'd imagine, Harry said with a smile. He watched the cleavage Luna displayed. He reached over to the shelf and picked up a bottle of lotion, rubbing it on the bottom of her feet. Harry watched Luna's smooth, perfect feet, with her toenails perfectly grown. Her toenails are growny.
The spelling mistake makes it better.
I know. So, Ginny left this morning? Luna asked. Yes, and she'll be gone for the next week, Harry said. Oh, well, it's a shame she wouldn't be able to join us for the weekend, Luna said. She gave a sweet little smile and bent across the table to grab the syrup. I'm afraid she's going to miss out on something interesting. Harry wondered what Luna was talking about. Suddenly, he felt a soft foot from the direction underneath the table brush on the inside of his tie.
Her breasts now hang down to her thighs. Somehow she snaked her leg from under the table and up, like, all the way up his chest.
Said foot slowly moved up towards Harry's crotch and rubbed against it. Luna whistled in the same nonchalant manner a person would whistle when they're trying to fool someone into thinking they weren't up to something, but yet they were. Oh my god. Harry let this go on for close to 2 minutes. His cock hardened underneath Luna's actions with him looking at her. Luna whistled a tune and reached across the table for a banana. Luna? Yes? Luna asked. She had his cock between her toes and was slowly beginning to pump him up and down to harden him even more. She rubbed her foot and toes all the way down the length.
How small is Harry's cock? Like, the gap
That's
between...
what I'm thinking.
The gap between my toes. So we need to ask KJ to draw this Luna, because like, I'm imagining her as like a horrific monster at this point.
You're gonna have to ask. Is there any particular reason you're giving me a hand job? Because Ginny said I could.
She isn't.
She's giving you a toe job, mate. Luna acted so nonchalant, jerking Harry's cock up and down underneath the table and between her toes. She would soon have it jammed between her well-lubricated feet. She unpeeled the banana, an impish smile touching the corners of her lips. Ginny said you could. Harry wasn't really surprised Ginny had pulled this, given the fact Ginny had managed to entice several women into Harry's bed to begin with, because it was her major turn-on to see her husband dominant women.
Dominate, I guess.
Yeah. It allowed her to rub it in the face of other men, her brothers especially, that Harry was the strongest, most dominant male capable of satisfying women.
You ever...
Luna said. She took the banana towards her mouth and gave it a tentative lick. Her right foot joined her left foot in working over Harry's cock. I even got it in writing. You want to see it? A very official legal document appeared in front of Harry. It's the divorce papers. The moment Harry caught a pretty good look at the document, he was very glad he wasn't drinking anything at the time. He turned back to Luna, who swirled her tongue around the banana and closed her eyes. She took a small bite and took it into the inside of her cheek. You're next! Luna, did you read this before you signed it? Harry asked. Yes, I did, Luna said. Luna's feet sliding up and down Harry's aching shaft made it very hard for Harry to concentrate. He managed to return to the contract and make sure he didn't read what he thought he read because of some lust-produced haze of wish fulfillment.
That's an actual good line. Like, I'll give it that.
Yeah. Oh my god. Because it says here, you've agreed to become my personal cum dumpster. Harry said. Oh my god. Luna responded with a nonchalant nod and just kept working over the impressive cock between her feet. She continued her erotic eating of the banana, eyes locked firmly upon Harry. I read everything, Harry. including the fine print, Luna said. See, right here, it says you can bend me over the counter any time you wish and sodomize me. And all I can say is, thank you, sir, may I have another? Luna sped up the foot job on Harry. She brushed her heels against his cum-bloated balls, feeling everything they had inside them.
That's not how balls work.
She knew Harry's end would be near, and she could not wait to have a full load of cum all over her feet. I'd fucking hate that.
I wonder if
9 out of 10 healers agreed a powerful wizard seed was very healthy for smooth, flawless skin.
I wonder if this is written by a man or a woman now.
God, I don't know.
I assume a man, but I might have to find out afterwards. Basically,
Do you like my feet, Harry? Luna asked. Damn, they feel so good, Harry cried. I know, I'm glad I'm flexible, Luna said. That way I can put my foot in my mouth and suck all of my toes. They taste pretty good. Maybe you should try it sometime. Okay, here's another interesting bit. Harry's cock jumped at the erotic thought Luna had put in his head. The banana hung between her lips when she continued to lick and slowly eat the banana in the most erotic way possible. She deep-throated it for a brief instant. Oh my god!
no, I've read.
I bet you. Yeah.
I've read this line to you before. I swear.
Yeah. Sorry, I hiccup.
No worries.
I bet you can reload your balls fast, Luna said. Because if you can put it in my mouth, in my pussy, or in my ass, or you can just come all over me until I look like a used condom. Wouldn't that be nice, Harry? Wouldn't you like to see me dripping in your cum from head to toe? Harry nodded in response. You should have known Luna would be a kinky girl because of all her eccentricities. Let's start with the toes. Oh my god, there's still so much.
Basically, I just want to see how far you can read this before you go, fuck this, I'm out.
I'm committed.
Because there is a point, I have not read this whole story, I'll tell you, there is a point in this where I said, nope, I'm done.
Okay. Luna reached the climax of her banana eating, and it looked like she was going to reach Harry's own personal climax as well. Her toes slid down the hardened cock. She sandwiched Harry's feet between her nice, well-lubricated soles. Yes, let's. Luna smiled and worked Harry to a climax. She could feel the big load he would have for her, and she couldn't wait to have Harry's cum splatter all over her feet. She continued to work on his cock with her feet and worked him over to the end. His muscles strained and shot an immense amount of cum up into the air. Harry's cum showered into the air and splattered over Luna's toes. Luna smiled when she finished working.
That's a good
Luna
aim.
pulled away from him, shifting her chair ever so slightly so her nightdress can roll up and show Harry a hint of her wet pink pussy. The blonde showcased her flexibility by lifting one foot up to her mouth and licking the excess amount of cream off of her feet. Is she on about the cream that he put on her feet?
Or the lotion.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've
She
put too
took-
much Nivea on my feet. Let me get that.
Oh my god, that would taste gross. She took her big toe into her mouth and looked at Harry with widened eyes. Luna sucked the cum off of her own toes, eyeing Harry in response. Harry's cock grew harder after Luna made him come after the foot job. Luna dropped one of the feet onto the ground and lifted the other up to do the same thing. Her warm and wet tongue licked and sucked all of the cum off of her feet. Well, this has been a stimulating morning so far, Luna said. Breakfast was good, but I think I'm in the mood for dessert. Luna reached over and grabbed Harry's iron-hard cock. She squeezed it and used Harry's own fluids, along with the lotion still on her hand from earlier, to give him a hand job. Ginny brings home women often for you, doesn't she? Luna asked. She slid her hand down to the base of Harry's cock and continued to give him a hand job. I bet you find them tied up in your bed at the moment she has it. Does she still have that whip? She used to use it on me every time we had our fun at Hogwarts. Harry's cock hardened as Luna stroked him even more. She leaned down and gave Harry a long kiss. Let me guess, a few of the girls she brought into your bed, Luna said. I know the Patio twins have found their way there. They're quite lovely. And then there's Fleur, of course. Who won't want to plough her tight little French pussy? Is it true Avila always stays virgin tight no matter how many times you drive your big hard cock into her? She does, her pussy and her ass, Harry said. Luna tightened her grip around Harry's cock and kept jerking him off. Yes, Luna said. And then there's Nymphadora. From what I've heard, her name is appropriate. Every time I go into the office, she pulls me into the minister's office, he said.
Isn't that Hermione? Like when they're adults, doesn't Hermione end up being the Minister for Magic?
I don't remember. We'll have to look that up.
Sorry to distract.
Oh, I'm honestly trying to remember. I can't.
Because I know Harry and Ron become auras.
Yeah.
And
You're
then
going to have to look that up, I think.
afterwards, we're getting close to the point where I quit, so...
Oh, workplace sex in the boss's office? Luna said. She stroked him. Didn't know you had it in you. But then again, she had it in her. Your cock, that is. Let's see, who else did you have? Lavender. Don't forget about Lavender, Harry groaned. Luna sneaked her hand further around his flobbing hard pole and smiled, giving him a few more strokes. She leaned down and sucked him for a moment before responding. I wouldn't forget about Lavender, Luna said. Ronald's wife? Not that he's ever had a chance to consummate the marriage. Jenny's such a good sister-in-law to ask you to go up there and fuck Lavender unconscious on her wedding night while Ron's passed out on the couch, drunk off his ass. I thought Ron married Hermione.
He does. I don't know where she's
who's
gone.
Lavender?
The girl who... Was it in... I don't know if it was... Yeah, it was in the books as well. The girl who tried to poison Harry with a love potion, but Ron ended up having it instead.
So is Ron now married to Lavender in this?
Yeah, except that apparently he's like perma-flaccid.
Oh, poor Ron. Luna jerked Harry's cock a couple times more. Oh God, I just read it. Then again, Ronald's not exactly the brightest. Still can't figure out his own daughter. Looks like a carbon copy of Lily Evans when she was a teenager, Luna said as she thought. She brought Harry close to his climax before pulling away. And speaking of Lily, your daughter, have you broken in your daughter's sweet virgin cunt yet?
Yeah,
Why?
This is where I went, no, I'm done. This is no longer funny. Oh, God.
I need to read the next line for the viewers. Not until she's 16, Harry said.
I was just done. Why would someone write this? Why would they make 502 chapters that are presumably like this?
I've just gone down a bit further and there's a line I want to read.
Go for it.
Give me everything, Luna yelled. Ginny was right. You are hung like a hippogriff.
Oh, I can't find it, but...
This is a sick individual.
Yeah, very much so. I've just scrolled to the bottom.
Matt09, if you ever find your story on this video, you are one fucked up mama jamma. Get some therapy. Jesus fucking Christ.
Alright.
It was definitely a guy who wrote this.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, Mega Matt. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I'm trying to. They've done one about Ruby, the Triss Merigold. Okay. Never actually played the Witcher games. I played one.
You should, they're great.
Because I have 1, 2, and 3, and I thought, well, I shouldn't just jump into 3. I should play 1 and 2 first, right?
I was fine playing 3.
Oh, the controls in 1 are just such dog shit.
Yeah, just play 3. There's like dialogue and like glossary entries, I guess, that'll fill you in on the other games.
I suppose having now seen, seasons 1 and 2, I'm probably alright anyway, aren't I?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I wanted to show you from Harry Potter fanfiction.
Jesus Christ. I don't even know what to do now. My life feels so... I feel violated reading that.
Tell you what, you can...
It was fine until that last bit.
Yeah. Tell you what, you can find me some horrific Sonic stuff to blow my mind in response.
Right, give me a moment.